Okay, guys, so it's the day after, and the day after last night. Of course, it's the day after last night, and I did like a Bowman sale. Carnage in a good way. Um, so I already packed a couple items up. I didn't really record too much this week, but I was up at 3:30, getting ready to do a local show in Orange, Connecticut. What I'm doing is I'm actually just breaking down Kellogg's baseball cards. So like stuff like this and 70s Brett here. So I have a whole box and basically I'm chopping them up. Initially I thought that these were really good whatnot cards, and they are in theory, but they don't sell well against the fees, put it that way. So it's much easier just putting them into a box. So it'd be good to have at least one fresh box. But well, it's that time of the week again. Welcome back, everybody. It's Off-Centered Leonard. Whew. This week was productive. It was a lot of work. I didn't run the camera on a lot of stuff this week because it would have been pretty similar to last week. So I went and set up. I was going to run the camera down on the show today. I kind of didn't have time. I had this gut feeling before I left that I was just not going to have a good show. I forced myself through it because lots of times that I had that feeling, I'll end up it's like one of those unsuspected things, like, I don't really feel like going, and then all of a sudden you have a really good show. It's like, great show, you're just so reactive and energetic about it. And kids were doing way better than I was. I almost felt like I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, here I am, I'm a vet. I've been doing shows for almost 30 years, or actually 30 years now. And not 30 years straight, but I was doing them back in the 90s, and I was just like, what am I doing wrong? Is it because I'm not into modern? If you're not allowed to set up a show and not have base mails and sell cards. LouRok, cheers, buddy. To the community, cheers. Okay, so the positives. The positives were I bought a nice, actually I should get it, hold on. It's pretty cool. Second year tall boy, Wilt Chamberlain. It's crease free. It's got a tiny little ding in that corner there, or maybe it's this. Yeah, it's this one right here. And but otherwise crease free, great color, nice back, nice raw Chamberlain, not a problem there. The deal of the day, I was down there and I actually ended up landing 2 leads that are going to help out the auctions down at the Waterbury Auction Gallery there. So that's where I get a lot of bulk stuff, oversized stuff, signed frame items that you can't sell on eBay because the shipping, it just eats way too much into the value of the items. That's the grind. Sometimes you can set up and do a show and it looks like you did very little to nothing and it wasn't worth anything, but there was two connections that I made that I'll absolutely follow through on, and I'm going to grind out a couple of paydays. So those were the positives I took away from the show. Not that the show was run poorly. I think it was just a little bit of a misfire because of the day that was run on. There's also a little bit of an issue with Connecticut is so small as far as a state. You can get anywhere in 45 minutes to an hour. So when there's multiple shows running on the same day, it's tough. So there was another show running in not too far away, about a half an hour away, 20 minutes away, North Haven today. And that probably pulled some people away. Also, I think that being Mother's Day is tomorrow, what makes sense is Sunday, typically people going out and treating the mothers, people stay away from it, so they do it today. And so I think that was another side of it too. So anyways, let's talk about updates. Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you for such a great response on my last video, which was celebrating 400 subscribers. I think we were at 399 and we went up, and so we're almost pushing 410, which is awesome. A lot of people, nice handful of people are taking me up on the gift packs, which I have. Let's do a little walkthrough on that. So if you sent me an email and I haven't responded, it's not that I wasn't thinking of you. It's not that you're going to get anything. Let me just show you what I got going on. So here I have a lot of stuff just sorted by team. Oh, I see something for Andy. So whole section there for Andy's attic. There's so many other sections here that are labeled. I just don't want to like give it away. There's stuff down here. So I have been more at work getting the packages ready. My plan is to get the packages out probably starting Wednesday of this week once I kind of finalize them, and go from ship them out Wednesday to Friday as I fill that stuff in. If you guys are watching this video and you don't even know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the last video, jump in on it, because I'm going to probably put a cork in it just as far as like just a different kind of inventory that I have that I'm going through. We'll reopen the gift pack thing again when we get to 500 subs. But if you want to jump in on it, go watch the old video, listen to the instructions. It's last week's video, the very last video I did. Go watch it, leave your comment, send me the email with your team, and I'll send you a free gift pack, free shipping and all that stuff, and it'll be cool stuff. So the collector side of me is I'm going to unleash the bomb squad, low technical grade cards like I'm going to show you in a second, because there's a lot of stuff I've picked up over the past 6 months that I haven't even shared, in the community. I just haven't had time for whatever reason, but I'm going to share those with you, and the game is so exciting. So I mean, I will I'm going to give credit to the community. I mean, Mookie Chilson was like one of those guys that the satchel page with the pinhole, the 49 Bowman. Yeah, the 49 Bowman. Perfect example of things that we're accepting now because of skyrocketing prices on tough stuff. And, like I have a couple cards I'm going to show you that are trimmed. Am I pro trimming? Absolutely not. But I look at those cards and I'm like, well, they look like they're really near size. Like they got a little bit of card taken off. And in order for me to buy a similar card that looks like that, I'm going to have to spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 more to get that same card. So for my own collection, I'm fine with that, and when I look at like a one, that it looks like it's been through the ringer, I'd rather have the card that was trimmed because it just presents really, really nice. So you just cover up the evidence of trimming, you look at the card, it's like, wow, that's a really nice card. So I'm all on board with that. And I think it's even more of a fun game. And I just picked up a run of 56s that were graded in a collection. And it was actually it was like that collection I bought from this person. And we'll get into that in a second. But I am just like enamored with these cards. Like I could mark them up and sell them at, I think a lot of them came back 1s and 1.5s, but I could sell them at 2 prices, 2.5 prices maybe today, make good money on it. I don't want to though, because they look so cool and they actually have a really cool story behind it. So let's get into looking at these cards right now. All right, and this video is brought to you by Babe Ruth, Puffed Wheat, and Puffed Rice. Some of these cards I have showed before. I think if you go back to my video where I was working on the Reese run, here's one of the examples of 41 play ball in an authentic holder, evidence of trimming. But you look at the front and you look at the back, and I just really like this card. Won this off of eBay, clearly. But yeah, absolutely love the Pee Wee Reese rookie. But I picked this up back in December and I didn't share it. So here, a very similar, we have a 41 play ball crease-free Ted Williams that was also trimmed authentic. But if you look at the card, I mean, just it looks like the card is, the whole card is there. So I'm trying to get that glare just a little bit off. Okay. But again, no creases at all. And again, to get a card of this quality with a numeric grade, you're talking several thousands of dollars. I think I paid what did I pay? I picked this up at the last Philly show, and you could see why it got a 1.5. It's got heavy creases, but when you look at it from a little bit of a distance, this Jimmy Fox, I mean, the color doesn't break from the creases. You can see they're a little more prominent on the back, but I really wanted it to belong. This was the whole story of buying this card before I ended up buying this card, which we have a crease-free, sorry, getting so much glare here. It's crease-free 3.5 Diamond Stars Jimmy Fox, which is just classic image. And, you know, the card's got a little more age toning to it. I would have liked to have had it a little bit more brighter. But again, you know, you got to pay that much more. I'm very happy with that, you know, with that card. As a matter of fact, that kind of that'll look a little bit cooler with those three together right there. So happy with all those purchases, and I'm super stoked that those are my PC. I don't know, I can't remember if I showed this card or not, but I probably did at one point. But anyways, this got a 4, and the reason we got a 4 is because the black, this thing initially comes with like a black coating on the top, and it's not completely taken off. Man, I'm really not getting, there we go, a little bit better light. So you can see the card is like centered. There's no creases. This is a tough card to get centered. And obviously the back, being that it's a Scoops, referring to newspapers, it's just cool to have like a newspaper clipping of Babe Hit 60. I think that this is Babe Ruth's, like, even though it's not a playing days card, I think this is one of his absolute most prettiest cards with the stadium in the background. The awesome artistic rendition. This is one of my favorite cards of his, hands down. And I think it's also super undervalued to this day. I mean, the card is picked up recently over the last couple years in price. I still think it's undervalued. Here is, you know, this was the other one of the big 3 or 4 cards I picked up at the Philly show. We got this 1933 Eclipse Import Lefty Grove. Got graded a 1.5, but look at the color on that. You know, color's great, shot is great. It's got a little bit of staining on it. There's no creases, and it's just, you know, it's hand cut, and it's OC top to bottom, but it's Playing Days Grove, and I, you know, I couldn't be happier with that. This card I don't think I showed, and it was sitting in my box forever. But this is a 19, and this goes in my A's, with my A's box. But this is a 1948 Swell. You know, greatest, greatest single inning. And I'm looking at the card. It's got a little bit of like a little dimple right there, but there's no creases. Oh, that's why, because there was staining on the back. So, and you could make a case that it's, I don't know, exaggerated wax staining or something else. But like, it got a 1.5, and I think I paid like $60 for this card. And, you know, this card features, you know, who's this? Big Miller, Mickey Cochran, Al Simmons, and Jimmy Fox. And there's one other guy there. And a perfect card for my PC. You know, I love the 48 Sports Thrills. So, I'll just put that right there. So we got all that going on, and then we'll go to the next round of cards here. Next round of cards is here's a Johnny. This is the rookie card again. Another card that I think is just too cheap. So I have 2 of these signed that are in my PC, and I was like, well, you know, I think I had this out at the Philly show, and I think it was only like, I don't know, I think it was like $200. I'm like, that's just too cheap. The reason why this got a 4, not a 5, is because it actually has a little bit of wax residue on the surface that nobody cleaned off. So there's no creases. You know, the card's not centered, but it's a really nice looking 4. Bright color, you know, good edges, good corners. So I'm super happy to just have this. I mean, obviously I collect red, so why not have a raw, non-signed Johnny Bench rookie in my collection? So, so then we got another card that I just can't bring myself to sell. Now, this card's got, you know, it's got visible damage. You know, I can see why I got a 2, and I almost don't know why I didn't get like a 1.5, because it's got some, heavy impression here. A little bit of surface raise right there. I know the light's killing you right there, but I'm just trying to show, you know, the damage. But, I mean, if you're just putting this on your desk, that's a really nice Hank Aaron. And I can't bring myself to sell it because I don't want to sell it for no money. Maybe that's not why. Maybe that's why I'm not making any money at the shows, because I'm holding back all the good stuff. But last card that's not a 56. I can't figure out like how this was altered. I'm assuming it had to have been trimmed. But we have a very bright George Brett. I couldn't find any marker on there, so I probably would have said MK instead of altered. But yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a card that you could crack out and send to SGC, and you could probably get a numeric grade. I don't know if it's just because it's got like a little bit of a diamond tilt to it, or a diamond cut. But I mean, what am I supposed to sell an altered George Brett rookie for? You know, $50? I don't want. I'd rather just keep it. So so anyways, and I don't have a raw. I have a signed one in my collection, but I don't have a non-signed one. So so that's what we got there. And then the last story is pretty cool. So I had somebody bring me, it was like the first 100 56 Topps cards. There's a lot of big Hall of Famers in the first 100 cards. So I'm going to start off with Al Kaline here. Okay, Al Kaline, card number 1. I'm sorry, no, got a graded 1. These cards are crease-free. They have vintage tape stains going on the top and bottom. But if you get past that, these cards, if you look at the back, these cards are like pack fresh. I had a raw stack that I sold on eBay. I got it with the tape marks. I got about $2.50 a card. So I ran those auctions. And I ran a couple of cards that I don't know why the guy got graded. Like he got the, I think the Warren Giles graded or whatever. And he got something else graded that was just, I couldn't understand. But I like the story behind these. The guy, I guess, picked them up in Michigan. I don't know if he must have sent the cards off for grading himself. But same situation. Bright color. Awesome back, right? And card gets a 1. Okay. So we'll put Banks there. We'll put Kaline back here. Now, you know, it's similar grades, right? So you're buying the card, not the grade. Here's a perfect example of, I have a 1.5 Hank Aaron. Okay. Now you could see the corners. There is, man, it's real tough to see in this. Should have probably just taken these out of the, oh my god, that's so much better. Should have done it from the beginning. So you could see the creasing in there, right? Overall, I mean, not too bad. I mean, that's actually a decent looking 1.5. Let's just run the light on the surface there. Okay. So this did not come with this. This was actually, I think I picked that up in a trade somewhere. This is the Hank Aaron I ended up getting. But look at the colors on this card. I thought that was a crease. It's not a crease, but might be a little bit of a surface scratch there. But you got the vintage tape stain there on the top and the bottom. And then when you just look at the back, I mean, look how crisp that back is. Look at the edges in the corners. I mean, that is an awesome card. This goes with this run over here. Then we got a 1, and it's Ed Williams. Look at how bright that card is. Now it's got that factory line, I guess, like going across, but now you get that little vintage tape mark there on the top and the bottom. But there was no paper loss on the card. And I mean, if you take away the tape marks, I mean, you're talking like potentially a 5. The colors on that are just insane. We got Sandy Koufax again. Color on that card is awesome. When you look at the edges and the borders, all you have are those little 2 vintage tape stains. It's not even tape, it's just the stains. The tape is off. So super bright cards, right? How do you buy these? You know, I mean, I bought them, but I mean, you know, somebody could sit there and make an argument and say, well, I don't want to pay a full one. But of course you're going to pay a full one price on these. How about start from the back? Jackie Robinson. This card has been shooting up lately. I can't even afford like a very low grade copy, but I was able to buy this out of the deal. Here's Jackie sliding. Look at the color on that. 1. Because of the tape. No creases. Pack fresh. Feels like, I mean, looks like, well, the cards I had in a stack were pack fresh. Last card. Roberto Clemente. Like, nicely centered. Little stain down there. Little ST for the stain, right? STP, Stone Temple Pilots. Right there. My Scott Weiland fans. Okay. Again, you look at that back. You can tell from the back that there's no creases on the front. And then when you look at the front, super colorful cards. So, yeah, I was super excited to get these cards. They are PC. I'm not selling these. Just because, again, the game and the art of getting low technical grade but really nice presentation is a game that I want to play. I like this game. It brings fun and excitement for me as a collector. It's a little bit of a challenge, right? Because you can find low grade stuff almost everywhere. This is just, you know, really cool stuff. And you know what? Again, inspired by this awesome community, you know, little tidbits and nuggets I've been picking up, things I've been recognizing at the shows, and I will be on the hunt for more. Anyways, that's it for this week. Thank you guys for hanging. Again, gift packs will be going out probably starting on Wednesday, and excited for you guys to get those. And we'll see you next week. Off Center Leonard signing off.